All right. So good evening, everybody. And I want to say a big welcome to everybody for, joining us on this lovely evening session. Today is our webinar, the first that we're having so far this half of the year. All right. And we are talking about why is trading so hard. All right. Now, this is one question that I am sure that you're not the only one wondering about it. There are 1,001 traders out there who are having this same question. All right. I have learned how to trade. All right. I have a strategy that works. I have a mentor. I have things that I've seen people who have made money from this thing. But how come when I try it, all right, it never works for me? All right. And I want you to know that you are not alone. All right. Peradventure, you have that phase where it seems like you've tried everything and it seems not to be working. All right. That's why we're having this session right now. Why is trading so hard? Okay. Now, in order to understand why trading is so hard, there are three things that you need to ask yourself. All right. There are three things you need to be able to ask yourself, because without asking yourself those three things, you will not find the answer that you need. So the first question is, what exactly is trading? All right. Are we together? So the three questions that you must be able to ask yourself, all right, revolve around these things. Question number one, what exactly is trading? All right, if I say I am trading, what exactly am I doing? All right, the answer to that question is that when you trade, all right, what you are trying to do is to leverage on an existing transaction to make profit. Let me explain what that means. So, I'm in the market, all right, and I've heard that the price of crude oil or the price of petrol is about to increase, all right, and I'm trying to leverage on that information in order to be able to, make my own profit. All right, so that's what I'm basically trying to do. I've heard that petrol is about to get more expensive, and I'm trying to make a business out of that information. All right. What that means is that I am going to need to be able to, be very smart about my approach. All right. Because if I want to make more profit, I need to put in more effort. All right. I need to invest more money to make more profit. Do you get it now? So if I am not investing enough money, I may not be able to make enough profit. Do you get it now? So trading is a transaction, it's an exchange. And the truth is, in every exchange, there are going to be winners and losers. Every. All right. That one time you wanted to take a cab, and then the cabman said, oh, to take you to this place is going to cost 2,000 naira. All right. And then you priced it down and ended up, getting the driver to agree for 1,500 naira. Okay. Only for the driver to get stuck in the hold-up or get stuck in traffic for 2 hours. Now, those 2 hours that the driver was stuck in traffic for is unaccounted for in the amount of money that you are going to pay. So the driver is making a loss even though you are going to pay him money. Do you get it now? So trading is that kind of transaction where in order to make good profit, you need to be able to see all the possible scenarios and prepare for each of those eventualities. All right. So you will discover that the reason why we preach risk management is because when we check all of the possible scenarios, all right, we want to be able to prepare ourselves for the worst case, the very worst that could ever happen. All right. And that's why we preach risk management. All right. That's why we preach position sizing. That's why we preach risk to reward ratio, having a convenient or a reasonable risk to reward ratio, because that's the only way you can survive the worst case scenarios. Do we get it now? So that is question number one. Then the second question, who are the participants? This game that we are playing, who are the people that I'm playing against? All right. So Forex participants include people like you, all right, include people like me, but it also includes people who are way bigger than us. All right. Talking about the commercial banks, talking about the hedge funds, talking about the central banks. Do you get it now? HSBC is a bank that is way bigger than 1,000 of us retail traders combined. Same with Wells Fargo. All right. Same with several of these commercial banks. Are you with me? So understanding that you are in the market to make profit, even though there are bigger fishes, means that your target must be very accurate. Do you guys get me now? Your target must be what? Very accurate. Because I know that, I'm going to fish. All right, let me give you an example. As a fisherman, if I'm going to fish, and I know that this river that I'm going to fish in, there are sharks, there are whales, all right, there are dolphins, and there are several smaller fish. Are you with me? It is now going to depend on my wisdom in understanding the best place for me, all right, to pitch my, to pitch my net, my fishing net. Do you get it now? So you want to be able to understand that you are in the market against forces that are way bigger than you. All right. And in that scenario, the wise thing to do is to ensure that you are not greedy. Play the game at your own level. Are you with me? Play the game where at your own particular and precise level. Don't try to trade like the banks when you know you don't have money like the banks. Let that sink in. Do not try to trade like the banks if you do not have money like the banks. All right. And the reason why is this. When a bank takes a position and that position begins to go against them, they don't trade with stop losses. They don't need it, because that is going to imply that they have lost real money. So what the banks trade with is they trade a money management principle called hedging. So when the markets or prices begin to go against a bank, their traders are taught how to hedge. Are you with me? So they have, calculations for their hedging. They have calculations for their grids, the positioning of their grids, how exactly they are going to go about it, whether or not to use martingale and things like that. Do you understand? So this is how banks trade. But you with your $2,000, with your $5,000, you're saying you want to trade like the banks. To be very honest with you, you will fail. All right? It's important to trade at your own level. Trade at your class, because you know who the participants are, all right? And you know where you belong. Now, that is why for the last couple of years now, even though I know how banks trade, I do not teach people to trade how banks trade. All right? I know, some of you have been taught inner circle trading, turtle soup, all of those very interesting things, high of day, low of day. And, a lot of us assume, all right, that that's how banks trade, or that's what determines how banks trade. But permit me to say, brothers and sisters, that is not how they trade. No bank is sitting around asking what's the high of day, low of day, what is this, what is that. They don't care. Are you with me? So what defines or describes how banks trade? What is the criteria by which banks decide they are trading? The answer is two things. Banks use something called a commitment of traders report, all right, or a commitment of traders analysis, which is a report that shows them positions where big orders are resting. All right, so banks have that document or that indicator that tells them all the prices where there are big orders waiting. Are you with me? From other banks and from other commercial institutions and from other large financial agencies. So they have that. You don't. Are you with me now? So if you say you want to trade like the banks, it means that you're going to need to have some of these resources in order to be able to make the kind of decisions that they make. So what we do when we teach SMC is not exactly to teach you how to trade like the banks. It is to teach you how to identify when the banks are moving. Do you get it now? So we are not really teaching you how to trade like the banks. We are teaching you how to follow the flow of the banks, how to identify when the banks are involved in the market, all right, so that you will be able to flow with their direction. That's what we teach. Are you with me now? So the second question that you need to ask in order to find out why trading is so hard is, who are the people that I'm in this market against? The profit I am going to make, where is it going to come from? If I'm going to make losses, where is it going to? All right. So the profit you make is actually coming from the transactions. It's just crumbs. You're right. It's like transaction charges. It's crumbs for the commercial banks and the hedge funds. All right. So they don't mind. But when you lose money, you are losing money to that same system. I would be, which is why you have to be smart. Because what you are making from them is crumbs to them, but what you are going to lose when you lose money is not going to be crumbs to you. It could be a lot. And that's why we started with what exactly is trading, and we talked about risk management in our number one question. All right, so question number 3. What are the most successful participants doing? Those who have been in this market for 20 years, for 12 years, for 10 years, what are they doing? What is the secret to their success? And you see, this actually is the biggest question you should ask, because if you've not found an answer to this question, you are still far away from consistent profit. Are you with me? So what exactly are the most successful participants doing? I'm going to answer that question in 3 ways. All right. The first thing is, remember I said you trade with your class. All right. So if you are a retail trader, you can learn from what the most successful retail traders are doing. That will be your point 1. 2, you can learn what are the most successful commercial banks. How are they trading? And learn from that. Then 3, you can also observe what's the system, what's the strategy, what's the ideology behind how the most successful hedge funds and investment houses, what is the secret behind their success? All right, you learn from that, and then you can then sit down as a retail trader and say, how do I manage all of these things? How do I bring all of these things together to create a fantastic meal that can guarantee me profit every single time I'm in the market? Do you get it now? So we're going to start from the secret of the hedge funds. And please, guys, I want you to be very, very, I want you to be very calm and follow me. All right? I don't want you to rush. We're still going to have a question and answer session. All right? But I want us to be very, very calculated about this. So we're going to start with the hedge funds. What is the secret behind the success of the hedge funds? Number 1 secret is that the hedge funds have large capital. Did you get that? So the number 1 secret of the success of hedge funds is that they have large volume of capital, big money. All right, such that even if they take a position by mistake, all right, if there are no other hedge funds or commercial banks in the market is definitely going to go their way. Definitely. All they just need is to find a point in time where the volume is very low and then inject their own volume into the market. All right. So hedge funds, one of the advantages they have is large capital. Let me write that on the screen. All right. 1, we have large capital. Then 2, most of the biggest hedge funds in the world, talking about hedge funds like BlackRock, talking about, all these hedge funds that have equity worth trillions of dollars. All right, I have equity worth trillions of dollars. What is particular? What is special about what these guys have? The second thing that they have that you may not be able to have, all right, is that they have algorithms. Are you with me? They have what? They have algorithms. And these algorithms are strategic things. Sorry. Hold on. I'm trying to. This guy is whining me. Sorry. I'm going to go back to my shared screen now. All right. So, aside large capital, all right, these hedge funds have what I call algorithms. I know right now somebody is saying, I want that too. So this guy just wants to come and sell us indicators or robots. All right. I know somebody is saying, so that's why we are even here. They want to sell us robots. No, I'm not on this call to sell you a robot at all. All right. We are going to look at what you can learn from the fact that hedge funds use algorithms. We're still going to look into that. All right. We have 1 hour to ourselves. So enjoy. All right. Enjoy. Don't be in a hurry. Do you get it? Don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a rush. We're going to do all of these things and check it. Are you with me now? So, hedge funds also have algorithms, trading algorithms. Now, you as a retail trader looking for an algo that you can buy for $300, $500, $1,000 that will make you as profitable as the hedge funds, permit me to inform you, you are joking. Let that sink. If you as a retail trader, all right, if you are planning to buy a robot or an algorithm that will give you the kind of profits that hedge funds are getting, and permit me to inform you now, if you didn't know before, you are what? Joking. Are you with me now? So understanding that brings us to realize that these hedge funds, their algos are not commercial. They don't sell their systems. All right. So the reason why they don't sell their systems is because their systems are created out of many years of research. All right. If BlackRock, for example, I once did a study on their trading system, and I discovered that they have an entire department of people who are not programmers. They are statisticians and mathematicians. All right. About 12 or 10 of them, whose only job, they come to work every morning, all right, and their only job is to find a pattern in the price action for 1 month. All right, they find a pattern and find a formula for arriving at that pattern, a formula for calculating that pattern. All right, it is now based on the result of their calculations that they present to the development team, who will then create a robot based on the outcome of their research. Are you with me now? Who will then create the algorithm based on the outcome of their research. So it's more like every new month there is something that they are updating about their algorithms. Every month there's something they are updating. All right, because you cannot say that the way the market has been last year is the way it is going to be this year. You cannot expect that the same things are going to happen or repeat themselves again. Do you get it now? So that is number 2 that hedge funds have as an advantage. Then number 3 that hedge funds have as an advantage is that hedge funds are protected by a legal structure. With me, hedge funds are what? They are protected by a legal structure. And because of that structure is why hedge funds do not trade under pressure. Are you hearing me now? Hedge funds do not trade under pressure because they have a backing of the law. Are you with me? If we make profits, you guys get paid. If we make losses, you guys also you bear part of the burdens of the loss. Are you with me? So hedge funds have that. Are you with me now? So the most successful hedge funds, this is part of what they have. Are you with me? Then let's now go to the most successful banks. Now, the number one thing that the most successful banks also have, all right, is also large capital. And that's why when I see a trader who is saying, sir, I have $50, I want to make $5,000 before the end of the month or next month, I just know that this person is already on the verge of losing completely. Are you with me? Am I saying it is not possible to flip money from like $50 to $5,000 in a day, in 2 days? Am I saying it's not possible? No, it is absolutely possible. However, you must know that those who are doing that are not doing it under pressure. It's like I have $5,000 in my portfolio and then I only put $50 on this particular opportunity that I have seen. All right. And I'm going full margin on that $50. Are you with me? I go full margin on that $50, meaning I am not under pressure. If I lose that $50, it is less than 2% of what I have as my total asset. Are you with me now? So I can risk that entire $50. Unlike somebody who all the equity they have, don't let me say in heaven and on earth, but all the equity they have is that $50. And then that person wants to, become a flipper, learn how to flip and be flipping that $50 to $5,000. That person is most likely going to blow that money and lose out. Do you get it now? Are you with me? So that is number one, large capital. Then the number two thing that the commercial banks have is that commercial banks have branches. Now, let me explain. When I say that the commercial banks have branches and it is part of the leverage that they have, what I'm simply saying is that a commercial bank that has a branch in the US, that has a branch in Tokyo, that has a branch in Sydney, that has a branch in London, are you with me? That bank, that commercial bank, is still going to be doing well, if dollar is dropping and JPY is rising. It simply means that it is their US branch that is probably in a drawdown. Are you following me? Their branch in Tokyo is making profit. So what one branch is losing, another is what another branch is possessing in profit. Are you with me? GU is rising. It means that GU is stronger than USD. So their branch in London is making more profit, all right, while their branch in the US may not even be trading at that point in time. Are you with me? So the presence or the possession of several branches gives them a leverage in order to be able to hedge their risk. Are you with me now? They are able to hedge their risk because they have branches in all of this, economic capitals, in all of these financial capitals. Are you with me? You do not have branches as a retail trader. So it's important that you're smart about it. We are still going to look at what you have as a retail trader that is your own advantage. All right? That is your own advantage. So banks have large capital as their advantage. They have branches as an advantage. Then the third advantage that banks have is that they have specialized traders. All right. These banks have specialized tools and traders. One of them was the Commitment of Traders report that I talked about. All right. And they have very professional traders because, I've worked closely with somebody who actually, is the chairman of the board of directors for a BDC. All right. And this person has fantastic knowledge of how it works. Are you with me? And they have strategy meetings almost every Monday. So banks, one of the advantages that the commercial banks have over you is that they have professional traders, specialized traders and tools. Are you with me? So I won't go further on that, but I'm going to go now to what advantage do you have as a retail trader? Oh, are you with me? What advantage do you have as a retail trader? And this is what's important, because you must know your advantage and play to that corridor. Number one advantage that you have is that you have a smaller capital. And I know somebody is saying, how is small capital an advantage? Let me explain. Your small capital is an advantage because when you experience a loss, your loss is not expected to be a life-damaging loss. All right? Whatever loss you are encountering is not supposed to be a loss that causes you to become completely redundant. Are you with me? So, as a retail trader, your small capital is an advantage because it means that if the market does not go your way, all right, what you are losing is very small, and it is not something that will cause them to come and break your head while you are sleeping. Which is why I advise retail traders to always ensure that they never bet their entire equity, their entire life on trading. This is something that I've been telling traders for many years now. All right? Don't spend your entire assets on trading and insist that that's what you're going to do. All right? Have other things that can serve as your fallback. All right? Have other things that can, still give you small change. That's why when I see people who still have a job say, oh, sir, I want to quit my job and become a full-time trader, the first thing I tell them is don't quit your job to become a full-time trader if the kind of profit you make on a daily basis is not yet enough to pay your bills. Are you with me? If the kind of profit you are making right now with your job is not yet enough to pay your bills, don't quit your job. Are you with me? Don't now expect that, oh, don't worry, I'm going to do better when I quit my job and I have more time. Don't. It is a lie from the pit of hell. It is the devil that is trying to use breadcrumbs to lure you. Don't fall for that trap. Are you with me? That's number one. So your small capital is an advantage because it means that you don't necessarily have to go hard or go home. If the market refuses to go your way, you can easily walk away without any major damage. Let me explain in figures. You have $500. You lost $20 out of your $500. You are still fine. Are you with me? But an hedge fund or a commercial bank has $500 million and they lose 20 million out of that 500 million. Are they going to be okay? Even if what they lose is $1 million out of that $500 million, do you think that bank is going to be okay? Do you get it now? So if you're with me and you're enjoying what we are discussing so far, I want you to drop emojis in the group. All right, I want to see you guys drop emojis in the group. I want to see how many of you are enjoying what we're doing here. Just drop an emoji. Just drop an emoji. I want to be sure that we're together. Fantastic. Fantastic. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. I want to see a few more emojis, guys. All right. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I hope you guys are enjoying what we're doing here. So as a retail trader, one of your advantages is your small capital. All right. The second advantage that you have as a retail trader is that you have the option to choose your market approach. Are you with me? You can choose whether you want to be a swing trader, a day trader, a scalper, an intraday trader, whatever. You can choose. You have the option of a choice. You have the option to be flexible. You have that avenue, that allowance to be flexible with what you're doing. Banks do not. Hedge funds do not. Are you with me? So why am I saying that your flexibility is an advantage? The answer is simple. Because of your flexibility. All right? It becomes easy for you to be able to find out, okay, this thing that I have is not working. What can I add to it? What can I remove from it? All right? Without having to call a meeting of the board of directors, without having to start firing people and hiring new traders and then putting adverts out and saying we are hiring. Are you with me? You have that flexibility as an advantage. And you must learn how to leverage on it. Then the number 3 advantage that you have as a retail trader, all right, is that the profit you are entering the market to make, all right, is just breadcrumbs. It's not something that can put an end to the market. It's not something that can ruin the market. Are you with me? Which means that you should be able to come to the market without fear, without feeling like, hope this money that I'm going to make, hope it's not going to be too much. I hope they are not going to come after me. No, remove that from your mind. Have no fear. The market has a daily cap of $7 trillion. $7 trillion. So that's $5,000, $2,000, $1,200 that you are making. It's not enough to shake the market. It's not enough. Are you with me now? So don't say, these people are after my life. They are targeting me. Anytime I open position, they always allow it to go to stop loss first before the market starts to move. No. The broker is not after you. The market is not after you. Are you with me? It is you that has just not learned certain things that need to be in place in order for you to avoid such occurrences. Are you with me now? So now that we've talked about these things, we are now going to talk about what can you do now to make trading easier for you. Are you with me? What can you do now to make trading easier for you? Number 1 thing that you can do now to make trading easier for you. Remember, I said one of the advantages that you have as a retail trader is that you have small capital. All right? I mentioned that your small capital is what is an advantage. So one of the things you can do now is to master risk management. Learn it like your life depends on it, because truly your life depends on it. All right? So learn all right, that's the number 1 thing. Are we still together? That's the number 1 thing. Master risk management. That's one thing you must start to do now if you really want trading to become easier for you. All right? For example, I trade NFP with my guys, every single time that NFP release comes up, and I trade it live on YouTube with my community on the FBS Analytics and Education YouTube channel. All right, we trade the NFP live. And one thing I've observed is that people make money. Those who make money make good money. And those who lose money only lose money. Those who lose money only lose money because, are you following me? They only lose money because they didn't manage their risk properly. Are you with me now? So that's why I tell them that, okay, if you want to trade NFP with me, if you have $100 in your portfolio as your total asset, remove $80 from your trading account. Leave $20 in your trading account. Put the remaining $80 in your wallet. All right? That $20, split it 4 ways. All right? Split it 3 ways. GU, EU, whatever other commodities, just split it that way. All right? Such that when you split that $20 maybe 3 ways or 4 ways, all right, you can go full margin on each of the positions you open. All right, you are going full margin on EU, full margin on GU, full margin on AU. All right, and you position yourself that way. What will end up happening when you position yourself that way is that in the long run, if the market goes your way, you are most likely going to make more than $80 as profit. All right, so you end up with more than $100 back in your account. And the worst case scenario, if the market does not go your way, from that NFP, the worst thing that will happen is that you lost $20 out of 100. Are you with me now? So that is how I teach risk management when trading the news. But if you are trading, if you want to learn risk management when it comes to, when it comes to normal technical analysis and, getting the best out of the market, trust me, guys, it's not a difficult thing. It's really easy. Risk management simply means that you know how much of your entire portfolio you want to stake on each position. All right? As an investor now, I won't say that, I'm an investor and I want to put all my money on buying one property as my investment. Are you with me now? That would be stupid. Do you get it now? So as an investor, I need to diversify my risk. And that's what we're saying when we say you need to master risk management. You need to spread out your risk, hedge your risk. Do you get it now? So that is the number one thing that you must begin to do now. Manage your risk. Are you with me? Number two thing that you need to do, all right, learning from what we have said about the most successful participants. You see that for the hedge funds, they have algorithms. For the banks, they have specialized tools and traders. So you now that do not have specialized tools and traders, or you do not have, the kind of algorithms that the hedge funds have, what do you now have? You need to be able to trade based on rules. Are you with me? I've said this many times during our previous webinars and sessions. No matter how successful your trading strategy has been in the past, all right, the day you let go of the rules that govern that strategy, the day you stop playing by the rules of that strategy, is the day I can tell you start losing money. Are you with me now? So one of the things that you can do now to make trading easier for you is to ensure that you trade based on specific rules. That you trade based on what? Specific rules. Very specific rules. Are we together now? Trade based on specific rules. So you know that, if I see this and this and this, the next thing I'm going to do is this. But if I see this and this, but I don't see this is what I am going to do. But if I don't see this and this is the only thing that I'm seeing, then I am not trading. Do you get it now? Have rule-based system for your trades. All right? Have a system that tells you when your trade is an optimal trade. That's why in this academy we teach 4 different types of setups. All right? 4 different entry models. We teach the type C, the type B, the type A, and the A+. I mean, so we teach 4 entry models such that you can know, based on your personality, you can know which entry model works best for you. Are you with me? So talking about rules-based trading, we have 4 different, entry models that we teach in this academy that helps you to learn more about yourself, about your risk tolerance, about the kind of patience that you have as a trader, about your temperament. Yes, that's the word, about your temperament as a trader. All right? Because if you are not a very patient type of trader, you may not be able to trade our A+ and A setups. Are you with me? You may not be able to trade our A+ and A setups. But the type C, the type B will definitely work for you. So trading is a journey into mastering yourself, mastering your emotions. That's why the most successful players or the most successful participants in this market are those who trade it without emotions, who trade the market without emotions. Are you with me? Because emotions are going to serve as a barrier to your success in this industry, in this market. Are you with me now? So learn to follow your rules and stay with it without sentiment. Are you with me? Remember, the number 1 thing is risk management. The number 2 thing is rule-based trading. Are you with me? So any strategy that you're going to be learning, all right, or that you're going to be trading with must be something that can be broken down step by step by step. If I do this, this is what I want to see. When I now see it, this is what I will now do next. When I now do this, this is the next thing that I expect to happen, so that if I see it, then I enter my trade. Do we get it now? So that is the number 2 thing, all right, that you can do now to make trading easier for you. Then number three thing you can do to make trading easier for you: avoid distractions. Are we there? Avoid distractions or pressure. Remember, in talking about the hedge funds, I said that the hedge funds do not trade under pressure because they have laws that are backing them up. All right? Such that before anybody brings money to them, there's already an agreement signed that, see, we can make profits, we can make losses. So don't expect that, oh, it's always going to be profit, even though it can be like that. Are you with me, guys? So avoid distractions, avoid pressure. Many traders fail because they trade under pressure. You are owing house rent. Out of the 750k you are supposed to pay, you have 200k. And the next thing that is coming to your mind is fund it in the market. Use that 200k to trade NFP. Use it to trade CPI. My brother, bind and cast that demon now. Do you hear me? Go and bind and cast that demon now. In fact, if you need to do fasting and prayer, do it. Are you with me? Am I saying it cannot work? It can work. But you trading under pressure means that you are most likely not going to take the best decisions. Do you get it now? It means that you are most likely guaranteed to make a mistake. Have you not noticed that? I don't know, maybe it's only me that have experienced it before. But have you tried trading when somebody just broke up with you? Or when you just received a bad news, when you just finished receiving a bad news and you want to go and trade? Has it happened to you before? Let me see an emoji in the group if such a thing has happened to you before. Maybe you know that babe that you have been investing in and telling that, don't worry, you are the queen of my heart. You find out that she's in like 3 other people's heart too, and she's also a queen there. Are you with me? Or maybe she's even an empress in one of those arts. Has it happened to you before that after such an experience you come back to come and trade, and then you realize that as you are opening the trade is opening you? As you are opening the trade is showing you Pepe. Okay, thank God. So it's not only me. Thank God, do I have witnesses? So it means that whenever you are distracted or under pressure, see, it is like driving. It is like drive. There are things you will hear while driving that you must park and wait. With me, that if you continue driving on that, in that moment, in that emotion, you are most likely going to have an accident. Are you with me now? So always ensure that you avoid distractions and pressure. Where am I going with this? You see, some of you are currently under pressure from your parents to produce results. All right, your parents are looking up to you. When will you start making money from this your forex thing? You've been in this thing. You've been doing this thing for how many years now? You've been doing this thing for kinika. When are you going to start taking care of bills in this house? Are you with me? And then you are under pressure like that. My brother, my sister, please, if you have a friend that you can go and stay with for 3 months, for 6 months, please excuse yourself and go and stay with them. All right? Leave that environment that is mounting pressure on your mind, so that you can be able to discover your own strength, discover your own vibe, and figure out how to become a successful trader by yourself. Because to be frank with you, you cannot succeed under pressure in this financial market. You cannot. You are trying to trade because somebody is telling you that if you don't buy me that wig, if you don't buy it for me next week, this relationship is over. Consider this relationship over. Then you too, as Solomon, that is the wise man that you are, you now carry your 50,000 naira that you have because she's trying to buy a wig of 620k. You now go and put your 50k in the market and say, don't worry, babe, I'm going to flip this money now. By next week, I'm promising you, I'm going to give you 800k. My brother, just know that your relationship is already over. Just know. Are you with me? Just know that it's already over. Because even the 50k that you probably should have given her to go and buy blend or to go and buy single drawn Vietnam, you will now blow that 50k too. You will blow it. Do you get it now? So it's important that you do everything in your power to avoid distractions. For some of you, what you need when you're trading is to just plug in a big headset. Plug in a big headset, play music. Play songs that you vibe to, songs that charge you up. I know some of you want to be playing Theophilus Sunday. Some of you want to be playing Dunsin Oyekan. That works too. Each man has his own medicine. Are you with me? But some of you might want to play songs like Timmy Dakolo. You might want to play, songs like Travis Green. You might want to play songs that have strong bedu, strong bass. Are you with me? So that as the bass is doing boo-boo, boo-boo, your chest is doing boo-boo, 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 boo-boo. So with that one, nothing else can make you do boo-boo, again. Are you with me? It will help you avoid distractions so that you are in your own world. You are in your own space. Are you with me? You are in your own space, and whatever you are seeing, you are able to see it more clearly. You're able to analyze more clearly. You have more clarity because you are by yourself. Are you with me? Some of you will testify. Probably you've done an analysis. Your analysis was looking good to you. Then maybe you entered one Telegram group and your own analysis told you to buy. But you entered one Telegram group and they told them to sell. And because they told them to sell in that Telegram group, you too, you went to sell. You threw away your own analysis. Has it happened to you before? Let me get witnesses in the chat box. Let me get witnesses. If it has happened to you before, you've done your own analysis. Your analysis was clear. To you, it was clear. You were to buy. But because you now saw that, wow, this very popular trader said we should sell. You too, you now entered and went to sell. If it has happened to you before, let me see. Very good. Because it's testimony time, overcomers time. Come and share your testimony. Fantastic. So guys, this is why it is important. It is important that when you are trading, avoid distractions, avoid pressure. Be in your own space. Be in your own space. Are you with me? And that's why I've also said that always have a plan B. Have something you can always fall back on. If you lose all the money you invested in trading, if you lose everything today, do you have something you can always return to? Are you with me? Do you have something that will at least ensure that you have food to eat and a place to sleep? Yoruba people will say that tóúnjẹ bá ti tán nínú ìṣẹ́, ìṣẹ́ bùṣe. Are you with me? Which means that if a poor man can have what to eat, are you with me? He's already on his way to escaping that poverty. Are you guys with me now? Please, are you with me? I'm trying to show you strategic things that you can begin to do, all right, to make trading a lot easier for you. Then the next thing that you can begin to do, to make trading easier for you is these 3 hours. All right, these 3 hours. Research, review, revise. What do I mean by that? You see a trader say, oh, this is my strategy. This is the new thing that is raining now. It's giving me millions of dollars every week. All right, do your research. Find out who is this person. Are they really everything they claim to be? Are you with me? Because some of you, The mentor that you are currently learning from is living in a room and parlor with his brother and his brother's wife and their 3 children. Oh, are you with me? And that's the mentor that you are following. Some of you, the mentor that you are following that is putting all these amazing screenshots that you are seeing on social media is currently squatting in his friend's house in Epe or Lekki or in Aja. Are you with me? But because every time he does video, you are seeing TV cabinet. Every time he does video, you are seeing POP. You are seeing fine sitting room. You have been led to believe that this person is successful. So when they ask you to pay $500 for mentorship, you don't think twice about it. You rush and pay. Are you with me? There's no room to even think twice about it. You just rush and say, take my money. Please take my money. Please take my money. I want to also live in a house that have POP like this. Oh, are you with me? If I'm speaking to somebody, please, I want to see testimony in the chat box. Let me be sure that I'm not just bamboozling you people. If what I'm saying makes sense to you, all right, just drop an emoji in the chat box in the group. Let me see that it resonates with you. Very good, very good, very good. So research, all right. Don't just follow people because of the impression or the appearance of results. Even Bible says that we should follow those who faith and patience have possessed the promise. Are you with me? Have possessed the promise. So you must follow those who you have seen how patiently they have come up. You can trace their track record, the struggles they faced, the struggles they went through before finally succeeding. You can trace it. Are you with me? I was watching one Instagram reel one day on one very popular influencer's page, and I saw a lady say, if you join my Telegram group, our signals guarantee you $200 to $500 per day, at least $200 per day, at least $500 per day. That's what the lady was saying. That's what the lady was saying. So if I wanted to, take such a person seriously, I need to confirm, is Forex really this person's source of income? Or is this person sponsored by other participants, pot-bellied participants? Or men whose only merchandise is the merchandise of sugar? Oh, are you with me? So you must confirm, is Forex really this person's dependence? Or is this person dependent on other sources of sugar outside sugarcane? Are you with me now? So it is crucial. You must research. All right. So when it comes to people, you research the people that become your mentors. All right. When it comes to trades, all right, you must review your trades. Are you with me? This trade that went well, what was the criteria that made it go well? What did I see before entering this trade? Are you with me? Review that trade. Are you with me? Even if you are just seeing that trade was shared as a chart, if it was a chart on somebody's social media, maybe on their Twitter, on their Instagram, you are seeing somebody share a chart on their social media. All right, review it. What was it that you think this person saw before taking this trade? Are you with me? Review. That's why I tell traders that Saturdays and weekends are for back tests. They are for you to learn more about your strategy. Are you with me now? That's the purpose of weekends. You are resting, but you are also doing a review. Are you with me? So when it comes to people, you research about them. When it comes to trade ideas and charts, you review them. What made this trade successful? All right. What can I learn from what this person did? What can I learn from how this person entered this trade? Are you following me? And then from there, you can now come into revising your own strategy. All right. Review trade ideas, review successful trades. All right. And use the outcome of that review to revise your strategy. Are you with me now? Do you get what I'm saying now? So research about the people that you select as your mentors that you choose to follow. All right. Review the trade ideas that they share, the charts that they post. Review it. Break it down. What are the criteria that this person saw before taking this trade? What can I learn from this trade that my mentor took? All right. Review it. All right. Even if it's a signal channel, review their signal. Are you with me? Then based on the outcome of that review, you can then come to your own strategy, to your own trading system, and then revise it, and then adjust it, and tweak it. Are you with me? Tweak it in a way that makes it now begin to give you better results. So that's another thing that you can begin to do now. Are you with me? So we've talked about 4 things that you must begin to do now if you really want to see trading become easier for you. The first thing is that you must master risk management. The second thing is that your trading strategy, your trading system must be dependent on rules. It must be based on rules. You must have rules for everything that you do. Are you with me? Then number 3 is that you must avoid distractions. Number 4 is to research, review, revise. All right? Research the people you follow. Review the trade ideas that you see that are successful. All right? Then revise your system for improvement. Revise your system for upgrades. Are you with me now? That will also make your trading a lot easier. Are you with me? Then final thing that you must do now to make trading easier for you, are you with me, is to belong have a community that you belong to. All right? You cannot succeed as a trader if you are not actively engaging with other traders. Are you with me? Trying to succeed in isolation is going to take you a longer period of time. Are you following me now? As successful as I am in trading, at least in my own capacity, I consider myself successful. Are you with me? I still surround myself with traders. People like Perfect Forex, people like Soft Inc., people like Ryan FX, people like Dr. Bills, people like FX Professor, people like, I have this circle of people that surround me, all right, that I can always go to and say, oh, this is something that I experienced in the markets. I don't know, did you experience the same thing? If he says no, then I can ask, how were you able to avoid it? Because this thing that caught me unawares, how did you do your own? How did you escape your own? All right, there have been times when I've gone into, when I've spoken with ICT Coin, some of you may know her. All right, when I've spoken with her and be like, okay, this trade that you saw, I didn't see this one from the time frame I was on. What time frame did you observe this trade idea from? And then she tells me, you were looking at it from the 4 hours. I was looking at this from the 2 hours time frame. All right. So this fair value gap that was on the 4 hours time frame, when I broke it down to the 2 hours time frame, this was what I saw. Are you with me? So be surrounded by people. Even Bible says that seeing then that we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses. All right. In this journey of faith, we are surrounded by a cloud of witnesses. The same way in your Forex journey, be surrounded by a cloud of witnesses. Have a community that you belong to, all right, where your questions can always find answers. Do you get it now? A community you can always run to when you're having doubts, when you're having issues, when things are unclear. Have that. It's also part of the reasons why we have mentors. Do you get it now? To have somebody we can always run to when things are not looking clear. Or that moment where you are about to give up on trading. You're about to smash your computer on the floor and say, I'm never trading Forex again. Have somebody you can run to when you are feeling like that. That moment where you have deleted MetaTrader from your phones, you have uninstalled TradingView from your PC, you are like, I just want to be on my own. This Friday's NFP was just crazy. See how I lost all my money. When you are feeling like that, all right, have a community, a group of people you can always run to and say, guys, what's going on? Things choke. Do you get it now? It will give you encouragement. It will give you strength. It will also give you, a renewed kind of energy to go back to the market again and this time decide to succeed. Do we get it now? I'm not trying to sound like a motivational speaker. I'm not trying to motivate anybody, but I believe that to a large extent, a happy mind gets better trading results. Are you with me? So you need to be surrounded by a community of people who can motivate you and help you to become a happier trader. Are you with me? A happier trader, so that your choices are more intelligent. They are more clear. You can see more clearly. Are you with me now? So these are the things that you can begin to do now to make trading easier for you. So if you have enjoyed this webinar so far, I would like to just drop an emoji in the Telegram. Drop an emoji. Let me see if this webinar has given you some value. If you've gotten value, please drop an emoji in the group. All right. Let me see how many people are following me and are getting value. Because right now we're going to go into the question and answer session. All right. This question and answer session is going to last for the next 30 minutes. All right. It's going to last for the next 30 minutes. So we're spending 30 minutes treating your questions and ensuring that you don't just get a random answer. All right. But you get the kind of answers that put your mind at rest. So guys, if you've gotten value so far, let me see your emojis, let me see your reactions, let me see your comments. All right, and then once we've cleared that, we will take questions and everybody can be blessed. I'm waiting. Let's have your comments, guys. Beautiful. All right, so guys, this is the question and answer session. All right, this is the question and answer session, and in order to make this more organized, all right, apologies, I'm going to have to mute everybody so that we only have one speaker per time, so that the group does not become rowdy. Do you get it now? So that everybody can express their questions without challenge. All right, we're getting closer. Woo! All right, so please, if you have a question, I want you to raise your hand. If you have a question, raise your hand. Fantastic. Okay, Joseph Inedu has a question. So, Mr. Joseph, please unmute your mic, click on the mic again, and then ask your question.
Yeah, good evening, Templar. Wonderful session. Hello?
Oh, apologies, let me increase my volume so I can hear you. Yes, I'm with you.
Good evening, Mr. FS Templar. Wonderful session here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to ask, how do you deal with manipulation in the market?
All right, how do I deal with manipulation in the market?
Yeah.
All right, well, let me start by saying that not everything that we call manipulation is actually manipulation. All right.
Okay.
Sometimes what we call manipulation is simply price going to recover a fair value gap that was created. All right, Mr. Moses Osita, we're coming to you. I can see that your hands are raised. So when it comes to manipulation, all right, there are times when price, because of a fair value gap that price left behind, all right, there are times when price intends to revisit that fair value gap to close it completely. Let me give you a practical example. It's like, you're leaving your house, you open the door, and then you've gotten to the gate before you remember that, oh, you didn't close your door well, or you didn't lock your door. All right. The reasonable thing to do would be to what? To go back to your door, lock it. Are you with me? Or maybe even check inside whether somebody has entered your house. Check inside, and after checking, then you come out, you lock your door, and then start going back to where you were intending to go. Do you get it now? So several times market does that. All right, where because of a fair value gap that needed to be filled, all right, we get to see price return back to the fair value gap, fill it up completely, then react from the demand or supply zone. Are you with me? So if that is the case, that is what we call liquidity liquidation. Are you with me? That one is called liquidity liquidation. It is not exactly a form of manipulation. It is actually the market just trying to rebalance itself. Are you with me? But when there is manipulation, like outright manipulation, like what we had from the whipsaw on Friday, all right, from the NFP news, that was markets being manipulated by the big banks, all right, by the major market players. Even though dollar came out weaker, all right, and EU, GU gold were supposed to buy, we saw that to a large extent, they first of all sold heavily. They sold massively. All right, they sold massively before they now began to buy. Do you get what I'm saying now? They first of all sold massively before they began to buy. So that is when we can see manipulation happens. And the way I deal with manipulation is to keep my risk management intact. All right, so the best way to deal with manipulation is to ensure that you practice proper risk management. So I want to believe that I've answered Mr. Joseph's question. Mr. Osita Moses, please unmute your mic and ask your question.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Please, I came in late. I forgot that there is a meeting here. But please, my own is just a question. I'm a newbie in this thing, and I want to go into this forex full time. What I do buy crypto. When it rise, I sell. But the problem now, they deal with, I don't know what these big buyers are doing. They crash the market of cryptocurrency. I don't know, and I want to know more about this forex of a thing, please.
All right, sir. So, Mr. Moses, let me start by saying that successful trading in the crypto market cannot be done if you don't understand technical analysis.
Okay.
If you don't understand how to look at a chart, analyze the market, all right, and decipher what price is doing and understand price action, you get it? If you're able to analyze price action properly, you're definitely going to run into losses in the crypto market. All right. And one of the things that we specialize in this academy is to teach you systems that work, whether you are trading crypto, whether you are trading stock, whether you are trading forex, whether you are trading synthetic indices. The systems that we teach in this academy works across all of these industries, all of these markets. Are you with me now? So what we're going to do, I don't know if I've said this before, but we usually have group sessions, all right? Group training, online group mentorship that we hold from time to time. So far, the first group mentorship that we're going to be having, the second group mentorship we're going to be having this year is going to be kicking off this month. All right, it's kicking off this month. And usually we charge 150,000 naira for that class. But because of the things that are happening from Abuja and the crypto market and all other factors that we have considered, all right, is why currently the next batch that we're going to be training for the online session is only at a fee of 52,000 naira only. And it is a lifetime mentorship. People that attend that class can always come back again and again to ask their questions and always get answers. You get it, sir? So you can reach out to any after this session, and then they would direct you on what to do, all right, in order to be able to join that batch.
Okay, but please, there is no way because I'm in Lagos. You
Yes.
have something like academy in Lagos here. I want to go first of all. I
Okay.
want to start with face-to-face class,
All
one-on-one
right.
class.
We have a face-to-face class in Lagos. We have an office in Ikeja. All right. It's a trading facility in Ikeja GRA. If that is within
Okay.
your reach, all right, we'll give you the details. Although our physical classes right now is for 250,000.
Okay.
But you are guaranteed that you will get everything that you need to become a successful trader. All right. So maybe when
Okay.
we're done with this session, all right, once we're done with this session, you can reach out to myself or any of the admins. We'll give you the contact of the manager for the Lagos office. All right. We'll give you the
Okay.
number for the manager for the Lagos office so that you can communicate with her, and then she will tell you how you can locate the office. It's at 40 Duaway GRA Ikeja, but she can be able to give you more detailed description on how to get there, depending on where you are coming from.
Okay.
All right. So thank you very much, Mr. Moses.
Thank you very much.
All right, sir. So Mr. Tosin Akinyemi has a question. His question is, how do we differentiate between time frames? The answer to that question is simple. Time frames, if you're on any chart, the time frame of that chart is always going to be shown on that chart. But I want to believe that your question is not necessarily how do we differentiate time frames. I believe that your question is actually, what do we do? How do we trade different time frames? All right. That's why there is something called multi-time frame analysis, multiple time frame analysis. All right. And what multiple time frame analysis means is that we are able to look at two or more time frames, the price action on two or more time frames, and use the information, the price information from those time frames. All right. We are able to use those information to arrive at a conclusion or a prediction of what price is going to do next. Do you understand now? So time frames, 1 hour time frame is simply telling you that every candle, each candle on that time frame is representing what happened per hour. All right, it's representing what happened per hour. All right, 4 hours time frame is telling you that each of the candlesticks on the 4 hours time frame represents the price action. How did price move during the last 4 hours? All right, so that's what each of those candlesticks represents. 15 minutes candlestick is telling you that this candle that you are seeing is showing you what happened within the last 15 minutes. All right, what was the open price for the last 15 minutes? What was the close price? What was the highest price that price got to? What was the lowest price that price got to? Do you get it now? So these are all conversations that we have regarding time frames. Have I answered your question, Mr. Tosin? If not, you can still raise your hand again so that I can unmute you. Please unmute your mic, Mr. Tosin, if you still have a question. Tosin Akinyemi, please. If you still have a question, please do unmute your mic and ask. All right. It says very clear. Beautiful. All right, Mr. Joseph has another question. So Mr. Joseph, go ahead and ask your question. We have 11 more minutes.
You talked about an online class for 52,000 naira.
Yes, sir.
Is that online class for just beginners, or is it going to cover advanced?
All right. Okay, Mr. Joseph, let me quickly answer that first question.
Okay.
In this academy, we do not have a different class for beginners and a different class for advanced classes. All right. Okay. In this academy, whatever we teach it from scratch, and we teach it to the very height, to the highest level possible. Are you with me? So all of our courses, all of our programs are all encompassing. It will take you from a beginner level to a master's level, basically. Do you understand now, sir?
Yeah. Now,
so what was your second question, sir?
The second one is the physical class that Mr. Moses asked, that you said there's an office in Ikeja. How long will it take for that class? You say it's 250. I think 250,000. You said, or $250. I'm not so sure.
250,000 naira.
It take?
The
How long
class
does
is
it take?
every working day for 1 month. Monday to
Every
Friday,
working
3
day.
hours per day. Yes, 3 hours per day, every Monday to Friday for 1 month. Then when we have completed that, the 1 month, all right, we now start actively trading together online. All right, we analyze the market together, we take trades together. We have a platform where you, once you finish our program, all right, we have a platform where you can get access to trade ideas for free, because the trade ideas are provided by some of our previous students. All right, some of the people who have gone through our programs share trade ideas. Some of our staff too share trade ideas, and you can go through on that. It's a Telegram group. We call it the Templars VIP Lounge. All right, the Templars VIP Lounge. So trade ideas from the forex market, from synthetic indices by Deriv, all of that, you get it on that group. Do you get it now, sir?
Yeah. Then the online class, how long?
The online class is going to be every weekend, Saturday, Sunday, every weekend for 1 month. Then when we have completed the training for 1 month, we will now also start the mentorship, because in this academy we have training, we have mentorship. Training lasts 1 month, but mentorship is for a lifetime. Our mentorship does not expire. So whether you paid for classes 6 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, we have people that have been in our mentorship group for as long as 4 years, 3 years. Do you understand now?
Yeah, I
So
understand. And how the weekend, you say weekend, every weekend, how long per day? Like a day, a session, how long? Hours?
Maximum of 2 hours. Maximum.
3?
Maximum of 2 hours. 2 hours. 1 to 2 hours.
Okay.
And the reason why we are using weekends is because during the week, everything that we have taught during the weekends, we now start to show practical steps of how the things we taught during the weekend is playing out during the week.
Okay.
So that if we analyze a commodity during the weekend, Monday to Friday, you can then see how this commodity that we analyzed, how has it moved? Did it follow our analysis? Did we get results from it? Do you understand now?
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's it. All right. So do we have any other questions? We have 7 more minutes for the question and answer session. If you have a question, please tap on your microphone button so that I can unmute you from here. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? And I think that this is going to be the last question we're going to be taking for tonight. So if you have any questions, please kindly raise your hands. We have just 6 more minutes. All right, because this session should be done by 7:30. We started from around 6. All right, so by 7:30 we'll be concluding this class. So please, if you have questions, now is a very good time to raise your hand. All right, Mr. Joseph has another question. Please unmute your mic, sir, and ask your question.
Sorry, I'm an inquisitive person.
No problem.
In trading, while trading, what's the best time to like NFT? What do you call it now? Non-farm payrolls.
Yes, NFP.
NFP. That signal as it came out. When is the best time to trade it? Immediately you see the what do you call it? The news. Immediately you see the news by which time the most the whole place is flooded and volatility is very high, or when? How do you trade that particular period?
All right, Mr. Joseph, let me start by saying that is when you want to take your trade. Slippage is going to happen, and you most likely will not be able to enter the trade where you thought you were going to enter the trade. So what I do, and in fact, you can go to FBS Analytics and Education YouTube channel. I think one of the admins will drop the link to that channel, FBS Analytics and Education. you can go to that channel and see all of the live streams that I have done in the last 2 years. All right, Trading the News. If you watch it, you would be able to see how I approach news trading. All right, I use a system called straddle trading strategy when I want to trade the news. And what I do is to simply set traps for price. All right, I set traps for price so that if it goes this way, I catch it. If it goes that way, I catch it. Do you get it now? So that is what I do when it comes to trading the news. So if your question is about trading the news, you can go to that YouTube channel, SBS Analytics and Education, and you see, several practical live trades that we took using the straddle trading system. Does that answer your question, sir?
Yeah. Thanks.
All right, you're welcome, sir. I think we still have room for one more question. So if you have a question, please raise your hand now. All right, the link is already dropped in the group. All right, so you guys can check it out. All right, Miss Khadija, please unmute your mic and ask your question. Olaleko Khadija. Please unmute your mic, Olaleko Khadija. All right, so that we can have your questions, respond to it, and
My question is that, how much is your online? Like, if you want to join you every day, how much is it?
If you want to join the training class.
Yes.
All right. The training class for the online right now, it used to be 150,000, but because of the VAT in Aso Rock, 150. Okay. That's how much we used to charge. But because of the VAT in Aso Rock, currently we have reduced the price to 52,000 naira. Just 52,000 naira. And the training is for a lifetime. The training is for 1 month. The mentorship is for a lifetime. You can always come back, ask your questions. Whatever issues you're having, we will definitely address it. All of us together. Do we get it now? So please let me know, Ms. Khadija, if I've answered your question. Is it clear now? All right, I believe that is clear. All right, so this is where we're going to wrap up for tonight. It's been an amazing 1 hour, 30 minutes with you, these fantastic creatures of God. Thank you so much for your audience. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible session. Like I said, the recording is going to be dropped in the group. All right, so for those of you who came late, or those who were unable to join us, all right, the recording is going to be made available so that everyone can watch it, can go over it, all right, and get the best of this session. Without further ado, I want to say thank you for joining us. God bless you. See you in the next session by God's grace. And I love you guys. You guys make my weekends and my days fantastic and amazing. God bless you. Have a beautiful and profitable trading week. Bye-bye, and God bless you.